So the second semi-final, the 2017 US Open, which has brought already this tournament so many surprises, plot lines,
great
and stories, and
great women's matches.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Players are ready. Thank you. Ready. Play.
It's been well in excess of 2.5 years since Keys was in her last semi-final of a slam. That was before the wrist operations.
13.
Loss of form. Extraordinary, isn't it, how Sloane Stephens made the semi-finals of the Australian Open and in 2013 lost form. Madison did it a couple of years later, couldn't cope with the expectations. For Vandeweghe, more recent memory, she also made the Australian Open semi-finals, but that was right at the start of this year. Where are the battle lines out here between these two?
There's not much in these two. I think Madison moves a little better than CoCo. They're both big service, big spot service, great second serves.
Well, Keys handled the pressure so well last night against Kanepi. All the expectations to make it the quartet into the semi. She did that, started very well tonight. Now, Luke Jensen is courtside, and Luke, a lot of people have left to go and get some burgers and beer. So what does it feel like down there courtside?
CoCo Vandeweghe serve.
Two women right now who've got to bring their own energy to this match and their own focus. Great start for Keys with a hold to love.
Yeah, just to finish up sort of what they're good and great at. They both serve unbelievably well. Both the second serves are two of the biggest in the game. They will not take a step back on the return. I think if CoCo wants to win this match, she has to be a bit more braver than she has been. And by that I mean when Madison gives her a look at second serves, I think she has to have the mentality of hitting the return and coming in from time to time. But I think it gets her into trouble when she's inside the baseline. She's not able to recover after the return well enough. So almost to be not a chip and charge, but hit and run to the net and take away that big first shot from Madison, because CoCo has the ability to volley. And I think that might be one or two shots that could help her win the match. Like that. Madison just has a little more firepower without having to move forward. She can hit a clean winner like this. That is not as easy for CoCo Vandeweghe.
First few blows for Keys. And she's hitting the ball as clean as you like.
She was so switched on against Kanepi.
And same again out here, early stages this evening. I think we're seeing a new Madison. We're seeing a Madison Keys who You think about when Madison used to miss the ball, she used to sort of bring her head up and have negative body language. She just seems sort of, it's now head down, marches to the other side. She looks a different player.
Yay.
There's the early break.
He's leading 2 games to love for serve.
And Luke, what are you seeing down there? Who is hitting the ball cleaner for you? Who's getting the better strike early on?
Bettina.
Rather like her coach used to do back in the day.
30 love.
Yeah, the one thing that I can tell you from Lindsay's influence is a little more spin, a little more margin. You don't have to go for the lines on everything. And if you can't hit a winner, don't make an error is a big thing for Lindsay. Just incredible how composed she is early on in this match, knowing what is at stake.
Yay.
Keys has barely dropped a couple of points in this opening 3 games, and she marches
He's leads
into
3 games
a
to love.
3-love lead. First set in this second
Ladies and gentlemen,
semi-final.
take a look up at the big screens. Let's see if you're ready to guess which confident highlight Martin you think is the most exciting.
Time.
The young Americans are growing up, and it's happened. It seems to have happened over the last 11 days.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Quiet, please. Thank you.
Not an awful start for Vandeweghe, but Keys has come out here just flying. CoCo's got a reset.
The difference with the penetration through the court with Madison Keys is ground strokes. You cannot sense how big they are from watching on television. They are huge. And anybody struggles with that power.
love 13.
I love that Star Wars shot. And also Madison's had an ideal opponent in the quarterfinals to get ready for this in Kaya Kanepi. There isn't going to be a bigger ball coming at her. One feature of CoCo's run through here has been her composure. It's something that Coach Pat Cash has obviously worked on, about channeling all this energy and emotion onto the court. She's going to need it more than ever here.
It's just obvious that CoCo has come out a little flat, a little nervous, and Madison Keys, just like she did last night, is just controlled, content, and hitting the ball spectacularly well. 2 break points again.
Another break. Absolutely flying out here. Now there's also many stories around every match and around this US Open this year, and you can stay connected to the US Open on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and even YouTube. So join the conversation with #US Open. Nine.
It's unbelievable. Luke, I mean, you've seen a lot of big hitting in your time, but there's not much that is bigger than Madison Keys from the back of the court.
30 left.
Open. I think Pat Cash expected this, that they clocked Madison's ball speeds. It was faster than most of the men.
No. It was faster than all of the men.
Okay, I stand corrected.
The fastest forehand hit at the French Open, I believe, 2 years ago.
I was giving the guys a break. First US Open semi-final. Keys 5-love first set.
And ladies and gentlemen, it is time to show the winner of the Highlight Challenge. Congratulations! You have won 2 tickets to the women's final on Saturday. Be sure to check your direct messages for information on how to play your round. Thanks to all of you that partnered in the official IT provider of the US Open.
Time.
Well, Ash really still building after that fabulous first women's semi-final, but it's completely different gravy out here. Madison Keys has come out just blitzing her friend and compatriot CoCo Vandeweghe. A young woman who was born in New York City has just won 4 points in the opening 5 games, serving now after just 15 minutes to stay in this opening set.
15 minutes.
A smart play of being disruptor, a little serving volley there, have a little junk slice, some underspin, maybe some cut shots in the service line. Just use the rest of this set to disrupt Keys' rhythm right now. Anything to throw her off again.
I mean, perfect volley, great serve, great volley, and unlucky because right here, you can see CoCo has no problem to make this into the open court, and that's when you just think, this is just not my day.
Or my night.
Or my night.
She's in Madison's turf. Madison's the night owl, isn't she, of this tournament?
Oh, that's a ridiculous, Luke, that was a ridiculous volley.
Was it done under? You call it naked? That's a naked volley?
That was unbelievable.
She had just come off of her split step CoCo Vandeweghe, and the ball was just on her.
Isn't it lovely, though, to see a young player out here who has a B game, who has options.
Who's willing to use it.
Yep.
Thinking through this situation right now, the challenge of facing such a powerful, hot player.
30.
I think we should just also remember Vandeweghe has just come off beating the world #1. She hasn't been playing too shabbily this tournament. And she is scrabbling around for points out here, let alone games.
It is very important for CoCo to try and hold serve here, so it doesn't allow Madison Keys to start the second set serving. We've all been around a long time. Losing a set 6 love doesn't matter once you start the second set. It's all about resetting.
Yes.
And I think also ground stroke to ground stroke. The problem with Madison is for CoCo is that she takes this quite elongated long backswing. And Madison's ball is on her so quickly, it doesn't allow her to get her racket back into the shot quick enough. That's ridiculous. That is so good because there is not a shot here other than the slice, and still hits a slice for a winner.
Well, I don't think anyone could have predicted what we're seeing out here. Look at the match clock. And it's set point for Keys.
Yes.
Vandeweghe, who spent the first 8 years of her life living in Long Island with her mother and her grandparents, Ernie and Colleen, who she's named after. She's right at home here, although a California girl these days. Rancho Santa Fe, not far from San Diego.
Advantage Vandeweghe.
Certainly a different Keys than we saw at Wimbledon, where she'd only been working with Pat Cash for barely weeks.
Game, Vandeweghe.
Well done, CoCo Vandeweghe. And most importantly, keeping her court while she gets her first game on the
5
board.
games to 1 for set. Miss Vandeweghe is challenging the ball on the left half sideline.
Well, Vandeweghe is challenging, but it looked just a little bit wide. But at least she's going after that. That's what I'm talking about before. She has to take some chances on the return. I would like to see her hit that and try and come in, whether it's through the middle of the court or anywhere, to not allow Keys to be the one stepping into the court or forward. If your returner is coming at you with a big ball, your natural inclination is to move back.
Well, we always knew that she had all the physical abilities, and Davenport has realised that as well. But now mentally she's caught up. She's dealing with the difficult situations in matches. No doubt, time away from the game. A couple of surgeries. It has brought some perspective on Keys, and we are seeing the very best of this 22-year-old from Rock Island in Illinois.
Set point. See how she was a little more aggressive on that return? I think that, if it's anything, that set a precedent to say, that's how I have to play in the second set.
Poor Pat Cash wanted CoCo. He hasn't put any pressure on with results and rankings since they started working together. Go out here, enjoy this. Pressure's on Keys. Fans on that. They barely had time to come back into the stadium after the first semi-final. And it's Madison Keys who takes the opening set by 6 games to 1 in just 23 minutes.
Time.
Well, she turned pro when she was 14 years of age. So much has been expected of Madison Keys, who did so much of her training at the Chris Evert Academy
Second set.
in Florida.
Vandeweghe to serve.
This is the moment that she was really been preparing for. And Stubbs, you were telling me that right before the start of the tournament, Chris Evert picked her to win this. And I mean, you wouldn't have picked either of these, would you, to make the semi-final, or Sloane Stephens? That's what's extraordinary.
I wouldn't have been out of the realm just because how well Madison played in the summer, and I know what her capabilities are. CoCo's played fantastically well through the Grand Slams this year, semis and quarters. And Sloane, back-to-back semi-finals of Cincinnati and Toronto, said to me that the three of them were
ladies and gentlemen.
of getting to the semis. Now, is it going to happen? I didn't think it could, but it did. In other words, there's not one of these younger American players that you would say, could they? And you say, absolutely. I mean, they're all so good. They have all the weapons. It was whether or not they trusted and believed. And I think they've all pushed each other to believe.
It's amazing that it's all happened. They've all put it together at the same tournament. I don't think we'll ever forget this fortnight.
Love 13.
Vandeweghe was down a set in her opening match against Alison Riss. That was the only time she didn't play on this ash, but that was in a temporary Louis Armstrong Stadium. But this is a very different deal entirely. It's a hot Madison Keys.
She does that so well. The split step balance just to prepare herself for that volley, for that big return coming at her.
Well, you could not have a better coach to teach you how to hit that and execute that better than Pat Cash. She was always a good serve and volleyer, but she has improved that so much. Her prior coach, Craig Carden, was very good at that technical stuff as well.
Thirty all. For service.
Pressure on Madison Keys' return, not to go through the middle of the court, and it's not, even if you're hitting the ball as well as Keys, it's not easy to hit a return winner every single time. That is CoCo Vandeweghe, uncle to CoCo.
Fight from Vandeweghe in this tournament. Tough moments when she's come through every time. What an important hold right at the start of this second set.
Luke, you were around obviously for so many great American men as well when they Chang and Courier, Sampras. Do you think that these three are going to push each other for 10 years now?
You know, I was thinking about that. I mean, I didn't even want to approach that just because I want to just take in this moment. Just because they are just coming into their talent emotionally. They've gotten to a point where they don't sweat small stuff. But Keys, the way she played the first set reminds me so much of a young Agassi that could take the racket out of your hand with the amount of winners he hit. But the difference is Andre never had a gun as a serve. Keys serves like Sampras, but hits winners from the ground like Agassi. And it's just a phenomenal combination when it's working.
30 love.
Yeah, I've seen Madison Keys hit the ball for a long time now, and I have I've never sat courtside and watched somebody hit the ball and my jaw drops more than when I see her play, because her velocity on ground strokes is just ridiculous.
For so many years, we've watched her in the trade 2 or 3 shots and then ballooning balls out at the back, anxious, panicky. Where's that Madison gone?
She's fitter. She's fitter now. If you can run one more ball down, you don't pull the trigger too early. Her trainer Rocket sitting up there with Lindsay Davenport in the front row. He's done an unbelievable job over the last few months to get her where she's at now.
Game.
Well, she trusts her game completely, doesn't she? And this
1 game more.
second coaching bout with Lindsay Davenport seems to have worked a treat. I think Lindsay sees a lot of herself in Madison. They're very close. I think Madison needed to open up and really talk to someone that she could trust about what is going out there in the court, out there in the court. And it is working a treat.
Love 15.
CoCo's just not used to being hit off the court and being the way lesser ball striker. So this is, and she's going to have to try and work out game plan B and C right now.
18 on.
Great Kim Kleisters watching on.
15-13.
She got her ring tonight for the Hall of Fame in between matches. What a great competitor and player she was.
3 times the champion here, 2005, and then when she came back in 2009 after the birth of baby Jada, and then won again in 2010.
All.
This is a big first serve right here from CoCo Vandeweghe. She goes down a break here, down a set. Massive trouble.
I just really believe if CoCo has any chance.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a
tonight, she has
courtesy to
hit
both players, please do not make any noise in between the first and second serve. Thank you.
She has to hit every ball big and try and come in as much as possible and keep Madison off the baseline.
She's not winning baseline to baseline, is she?
No chance.
Yes.
How about that first volley? Just to survive it.
Yeah, I mean, that return is coming mock at you.
Advantage, Vandeweghe.
She's says her goal is to be the best athlete in the Vandeweghe family, which, goodness me, that is something to live up to. And she's going to have to go some tonight to make that possible this fortnight.
Yes.
And cannot miss balls like that. And that's just the ball that's on you so quickly. And if you're not down with your legs and accelerating through that shot, it's very difficult to make that forehand.
Advantage Keys.
Pressure on Vandeweghe, the way Keys has been serving, not just tonight but throughout this tournament. She knows, as Luke was saying, down an early break, it is almost over. Set of combination hitting from Madison Keys. She marches to the chair and she leads by a set
Easily
and a
2
break.
games to 1 second set and by 1 set left. Time.
Right now, two contrasting semi-finals. The first one lasting in excess of a couple of hours. This one didn't do well to make the hour mark. The way Madison Keys has come out here and just stamped her authority all over the opening 40 minutes.
All right, Luke, put your coach's hat on.
I love that play. I mean, the point before that where she lost her serve, CoCo did a bunch of slices. Didn't work. Now you do with the saber. You get a second serve look, so you hit and come in, but you have to commit to it.
Yeah.
You can't put your toe in the water and just see how it goes. You got to absolutely go all in here.
Yeah, I agree so much. I mean, it's the thing that I said. I think she needs to just have a crack at the second serves and come in behind it. But you have to commit on the second serve because Madison's kicker goes so high.
Quickly.
Yeah, right here. She has to make a decision. I'm going to hit this at the top of the apex of the bounce and come forward. Just like that.
And it's not easy. I mean,
No. Well, it's not supposed to be easy to make a
30-15.
Grand Slam final, is it?
Right.
I mean, saw that earlier. What Sloane Stephens had to do to win that match was incredible. There we go, again, cutting the angle, being aggressive, body momentum forward, and it gives Keys so much less time to prepare for the ground stroke. So has she figured something out?
What if Keys starts thinking about the finish line?
40-13.
She's doing so well, starts looking ahead.
I think it's pretty safe to say she's going to think ahead at some stage in this match. Biggest moment of her career.
Well, she's doing it, Coco's doing it. Taking
Yes.
cuts on those returns.
I'd love to have been a fly on the wall to the discussion before this match around the breakfast table this morning with Pat and Coco about game plans, options. If X happens, do Y. You feel that there's a template out here that she's going to.
That was a semi. I'm going for
Advantage Keys.
I've seen Coco play so many times. I've seen her hit that ball and come running in behind it. That's what she has to do here. If you want to win, you have to commit.
It's a much bigger outcome. From courtside, she just stepped in,
Yes.
with that right foot, and just drove right through the court.
Absolute committal to the shot.
Advantage Keys. Yes.
One good aspect of this match from Vandeweghe, I think 3 or 4 months ago, I think a racket would have been cracked by now, but there hasn't been a flicker from her on that front. He's too good.
Advantage Keys. Game Keys.
Doing it as you like. A 4th ace.
Yeah. Right leg.
Well, right leg. She's just asked for the trainer.
Keys leads 3-1, second
For
set.
her right leg. That is not.
Lucky team.
Did you see anything at all, Luke?
The only thing I can think of is it's like Coco has to continue to mix up different strategies from point to point, whether serve and volley on one point and then play serve and step. Here we go. Or just be
Begin on.
disruptive. But when you have an opportunity to break, I mean, you're running out of swings here quickly. We're 45 minutes into this competition and it's slipping away quickly.
Okay, she's got about 10 minutes to save her US Open challenge.
What's CoCo's percentage moving forward?
Net points won for CoCo in this set, Luke, is 67%, 4 of 6. Throughout the match, she's winning 50% of the points, net points won, but more successful in this particular set. Luke, I was just sort of wondering about the movement, if you noticed anything from Madison, to ask for the trainer.
Sliding around on that.
30 all.
No, nothing.
If you remember though, historically, she's always had a little problem with these. It was adductor. That was something that was, even after she made the semis of the Australian Open, that she was struggling a little bit that season, and that was the injury that kept cropping up time and time again.
Yep. Now, you just wonder if she breaks it, if she has the trainer come out. And if you have any idea, if you're CoCo Vandeweghe, you cannot lose this game.
Yes. Advantage Keys.
Well, whether the trainer's coming out or not, Keys a double break up. After winning the first set, she can put this semi-final pretty much away if she can convert on this second break point in this game. Tennis player Madison Keys now leads by a set and a double break.
Keys leads 4 games to 1 second set and by 1 set to 1. Ladies and gentlemen, the trainer has been called to the court.
time is left in the medical just so I can let you? Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Time.
Just felt very odd, didn't it, with Keys? What a moment for her body just to very slightly let her down. Much more experience now, not panicking, dealing with it.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Not ideal timing. No. And in life and in tennis, timing is everything.
And you know, Sam, it's when you feel it, you don't want it to get worse. And that's what she's thinking about right now. And you have to think it had to be bothering her somewhat.
Lucky team.
The trainer come on, her go off the court and have this timeout. I mean, a set in 4-1. I mean, I don't know. Luke, would you have ever done that?
You're talking about time, guys. There's no way. Someone came down from the stands. What's the deal? What's going on? They could. Why would you get out of this? What group you're in?
Well, there's the racket.
15-all.
Well, even if she carries on playing with it, I don't think it's going to make a lot of difference if it's cracked or not, is it?
Well, no, it's a goner. Well, this happened the other day, and she did not get a warning, just FYI.
She changed rackets and then
Yes. Let's see.
that was an automatic. That's why you play the next point with it.
And once again, does not get a warning. That is unbelievable to me.
Renee, how much money would you have saved if that was the case? 50% off?
30-15.
Actually, you know what? I wasn't a big racket breaker, I have to say. I was pretty much everything else, but I wasn't a racket breaker. But if I did it, I would have got a warning.
Looks like he's picking up right where she left off. I suppose on the flip side, if that was bothering her, she knows this injury. She knows it can get worse very quickly. I think it's a mature decision to deal with it. Deal with the problem in front of you.
Yeah, I mean, wow. If she wins this game, incredible.
Forty, 30.
There are no signs of any pulling off of it or pulling up.
First time I've actually seen her look up at Lindsay in her player box.
few
Game
times. Once
Keys.
again, yeah. She's done it a few times through the match. Not too often.
But whatever going on with
Keys
her
leads
physically,
5 games to
looks
1
like here
second
she's
serve.
going to get over the line, whatever.
This has been one impressive match for Madison Keys.
When you think when they played in Stanford 7-6, 6-4, tight as you like, and then 3 sets just a couple of weeks ago in Cincinnati. Look at the scoreline now.
How does this look against Sloane?
Love 15.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference maker against Sloane, Sloane moves much better than CoCo. She can get back a few more of the big shots hit by Madison Keys. She won't be overwhelmed as much by the speed because Sloane has a tremendous racket head speed on her own as well.
And depth and drive. An easy heavy ball driven through the court.
I think if there's an area that will be attacked, though, it will be the second serve.
15-all.
If Sloane does not serve well, then Madison will be all over that shot. So there's definitely a +1, a big +1 for Madison in the serving department.
Don't know how relevant it is, but they did play a couple of years ago on the hard courts of Miami. Stephens winning on that occasion in straight sets.
Madison's a better player now.
How will Stephens be with the 2 long matches the previous guy?
Fine. She has had so many long matches this summer. Back from that foot injury, and she has backed it up time after time after time. So, with a day off, it'll be no problem.
CoCo just making sure with that second volley.
40-15.
Nice actually there to get the racket on the ball.
Tidbit is that Sloane and Madison were supposed to play doubles here. It's a possible doubles combination. They didn't end up happening, but that'd have been funny.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, they are good friends, so.
Serve for Vandeweghe in this match, but it's Keys within 1 game for the first US Open final.
1 set to love. Time.
20 years since this stadium was built. What a moment now for Madison Keys.
Years ago in the finals was Venus Williams, and she came ever so close to doing it again 20 years later. But you are seeing what Venus Williams and Serena Williams have laid the foundation for the possibility of having two young African-American tennis players playing each other in a final of the US Open. It's extraordinary.
On Ash.
On.
You couldn't write a better script.
Please.
Yeah, we're all feeling old. Remember when Whitney Houston was out here in the opening ceremony? It was a wonderful night.
15 all.
Once
again, ladies and gentlemen, please stay quiet in between the first
It would be
and
a
second
surprise
serve.
if there were a few nerves rattling around it, despite how easy the scoreline has been this evening.
Yeah, the crowd is becoming a bit of an issue, though. You said there's a few nerves rattling around. I can tell you there's more than that.
all. 40-13.
This is a moment when she turned pro at 14 that she's been primed for. Match point to Keys. Magnificent Madison.
6-1, 6-1.
That's a lovely moment when Madison beat her in Stanford before the presentation ceremony. Madison was sitting on CoCo's lap, and it's lovely to see such a friendship despite the one-sidedness of the scoreline. Did we ever expect, Stubbsy, that it would be thus out here and not a more competitive match?
Oh, I mean, not with what I've seen from Madison Keys over the last week. I mean, her ability just to blow opponents off the court, she was too good for CoCo. CoCo was not at her best tonight. CoCo didn't serve as well as she needed to, and yeah, that moment, Sam, where they did the handshake, and it was kind of that competitiveness for a second, and then CoCo reset and was like, okay, you're my friend. Like,
and you were way too good.
And you're way too good
tonight.
for me, and it was a lovely. That's a lovely moment.
She'll go back with Pat Cash, and goodness me, she's going to be a threat at every single slam. A career high ranking for CoCo when it comes out on Monday, firmly entrenched in the world's top 20. But Madison is at this year's US Open. She is the lady of the night.
Madison, just a moment ago, I asked you, does it feel real? And you said no. How real does it feel right now?
It still doesn't feel real. Yeah, I'm still shaking.
How would you describe your level of play in this match, debatably the biggest match of your life at your home slam?
I think I played pretty well tonight.
Care to elaborate?
There's a lot of things in my head right now, so I'm struggling to come up with words. But Yeah, I think I played really well, and I knew I had to rise to the occasion, and I'm just really happy to be in the final.
Comfortably ahead in the second set, you left the court took a medical timeout. We see the heavy strapping on your leg. Why did you leave the court?
I definitely started to feel it, and I was just afraid that if I went too far into a corner, then something more serious could happen, so felt like I needed to get it worked on sooner rather than later.
How sound do you feel physically right now in the immediate minutes after the match?
I mean, I feel great right now. I don't think I could feel better than I do right now.
We knew with 4 Americans filling out the 4 spots that we were assured of an All-American final, but now we know who's there, and you'll be facing Sloane Stephens after an incredible match against Venus. Your thoughts on that matchup? I know you've just earned your spot. It's still sinking in, but first impressions.
I mean, Sloane is a new person right now. I think she's really loving being out on the court again, and there's, she's just so excited to be out here, and she's obviously playing really well, and yeah, I'm really excited that we get to play each other in the U.S. Open final. It's pretty cool to say.
Every player, Madison, goes through her own adversity to get here. Your road hasn't necessarily been easy either. No one makes it here alone. Who shares this moment with you most?
Well, my whole team is now gone, so thanks, guys. But there's a few more people up there. No, but there's been a lot of people who have stood by me through a lot of the ups and the downs, and even though those great people over there aren't present, they were a massive part of it. And yeah, I'm really excited to go see them and hug them.
Finally, I asked the same question to Sloane. What does this night mean to American tennis?
I mean, it couldn't really get any better than this, could it?
Sloane Stephens through to the U.S. Open final.
Magic moments for Madison Keys. Oh, I'm afraid a few tumbles. I'm not sure this Arthur Ashe can take 2 mega matches. The energy went out of it when Venus Williams was defeated earlier on this evening in just the most spectacular matchup with Sloane Stephens, who was the one who made it through the final, and she will now take on Madison Keys in the battle of the young Americans. 2 really contrasting semi-finals. Keys in devastating form. 3 wins out of 3 this summer against good friend and compatriot CoCo Vandeweghe. So just to wrap up, just devastating form from Madison Keys, particularly behind serves. Nothing Vandeweghe could do tonight. The scoreline really says it all. It's Madison Keys through to her very first US Open final, and she wins 6-1, 6-2 in 66 minutes.
her call. And heads it is. Receive. Ladies, can you...
Love 13. Madison Keys, 2 sets to love. 6-1, 6-1.